I know it isn't my place to criticize, but are you sure about Fenris? He seems less a man to me than a wild dog.
You just don't know him.
I know as much as I'm ever likely to.
That's right, Mage.
He has let one bad experience color his whole world. Surely you want someone more open-minded.
A mage and a hypocrite. What company you keep.
We're not together. Not anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. Though Isabela seems more than willing to help you forget the loss.
Was that you outside the door? I knew someone was listening.
Are you sure about Meryl? She acts sweet, but she'll never pick you over her demon.
Meryl loves me.
What right do you have to question us? Is your justice any different?
Yes. Keep your illusions, then. Maker knows I won't be the one to change them.
Isabela, my dusky goddess. You have buried yourself in the flesh of my heart like a worm in a red, red apple. You heartworm, you.
Oh, look, my friend is here. Excuse me.
But I haven't gotten to the part where I invite you to feast upon my tender white flesh.
That's all right, I think I'll manage. Speaking of romance, you and Fenris, eh? That taut, controlled body, the brooding demeanor and intense gaze. I hear he still wears the shackles from his life in bondage under his clothes. You know what they say about men like that, don't you?
I haven't seen any shackles. You're just making things up.
Oh, but I had this joke lined up. You're no fun.
I'm gonna regret asking you to continue, aren't I?
He can't find a saw. I had you there. You thought I was going to say something dirty. You, Anders, and Justice. That must be exciting. As they say, two's company, but three is better.
I enjoy being with Anders, and that's all I'm going to say about it.
We know about Anders. What about Justice? Does he not get involved? Or perhaps he thinks you're too good of a person and isn't willing to smite you. That would be a shame, wouldn't it? Everyone deserves a good smiting now and then. I could use one right this minute.
I don't think whoever made that claim had a Fade spirit in mind.
No? You don't like his spear of righteousness, then?
Keep your nose out of my affairs.
Oh, fine. Prude. You're interested in Meryl, aren't you?
Never. You're the only woman for me, Isabela.
But of course. Just don't let Meryl catch you saying that. I get the feeling the girl's messing in something big and dangerous. Look out for her, will you? Make sure she doesn't hurt herself. Oh, and if you do anything nasty to her, I'll cut off your balls.
I have feelings for her.
Well, that's good. She always seemed a little lonely.
I don't see how this is any of your business.
Fine, be that way. Now that I have my ship, I'll need a new crew. And I'd like to have someone like you on board. Someone I can really trust, who has my back, no matter what happens.
I can't just leave Anders.
Who says you have to leave him? He could come along. I'm sure I could find some use for him. I just hate to have to say goodbye. You're the best friend I've had in a very long time. A toast. To friendship and to us.
I can't just leave Meryl.
Then bring her along. A blood mage obsessed with mirrors is a useful thing to have on a ship.
Have you heard the stories they're telling about you lately? I hear that you're seeing some Kunari in Lowtown, getting serious even. Are wedding bells in the air by any chance?
That is a sorry mess of cliches. So much for the great storyteller.
Oh, that's not my work. I'm shocked that you can't recognize the difference, Hawk. I don't have to make shit up about you. The truth is much more entertaining, not to mention incriminating. I'm not spreading rumors. I'm just telling you which way the wind is blowing.
It fills my heart with joy to know you're not telling people I'm sleeping with an ogre.
Blondie is hardly an ogre. He's too puny. Don't call Daisy an ogre. You'll make her cry. If the Ravani were an ogre, damnation, that'd be one hot ogre. Don't compare the Tevinter elf to an ogre, Hawk. Ogres have a sense of humor. Anyway, all I'm saying is don't be surprised if people look a little nervous around you. It's just the way the wind is blowing. I'll keep an ear to the ground and let you know if it turns ugly. And then Hawk tore the door clean off its hinges, walked into the room, and... I guess we'll finish this later.
Have you got a minute, Varric?
Of course, Hawk. Actually, I've been meaning to talk to you. People say you and that elf, you know, the angsty Tevinter one, are becoming quite the item. So, what's going on, Hawk?
Well, 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 I never thought you were the type, Varric. I'm flattered.
Hawk, I know I'm damned near irresistible, but you're just too high maintenance for me. Sorry. Listen, as your friend, I feel like I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't say something. You do know the elf is covered in spikes, like an angsty porcupine. He might have some issues.
In all the time you've known me, have I ever given you the impression that I was turned off by crazy?
Okay, point taken. You and, what's-his-name, that mage, seem to be getting pretty close.
You wouldn't bring this up just to gossip. What's on your mind?
Shows what you know. I would definitely bring this up just to gossip. I didn't, but I would. Maybe, just maybe, getting involved with the possessed mage might be dangerous. There, I've said my piece.
I know you mean well, Varric. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
I certainly hope so. There definitely seems to be something between you and Daisy these days.
My personal life had better not wind up in one of your stories.
Hawk, if I were going to invent stories about your personal life, they would probably involve the Grand Cleric. Meryl is a sweet girl, but there's a whole lot of crazy in that little package.
We're done talking about this.
Right, sorry I brought it up.
Have you got a minute, Varric?
I'm a busy man, Hawk. Have your people contact my people and I'll try to work you in. Actually, I've been meaning to talk to you. I hear you and the Ravani have something going. I know you don't listen to a damned thing I say, but you might want to be careful. Isabela is a great girl, but I think you're likely to get hurt. By which I mean stabbed and left for dead.
Have you got a minute, Varric?
For you, I have all the time in the world.
Well, well, well. I never thought you were the type, Varric. I'm flattered.
It's the chest hair, isn't it? Women can never resist my chest hair. Unfortunately, it's not to be. I'm spoken for.
Bianca stands in my way again, does she?
What can I say? She's the jealous type. You and, what's-his-name, that mage, seem to be getting pretty close.
You'd think after 3 years the dwarf would learn my name. And I'm standing right here.
Right, I see you there, Blondie, don't worry. People say you and that elf, you know, the angsty Tevinter one, are becoming quite the item.
The angsty one?
Hey, I also got Tevinter in there, don't leave that out. I hear you and the Ravani have something going.
Feeling left out, are we, Varric? If you wanted to join in, all you had to do was ask.
Isabela, you know my heart is already spoken for.
Your heart might belong to Bianca, but I think your trousers might be up for grabs.
There definitely seems to be something between you and Daisy these days.
For the 100th time, my name is not Daisy. And I'm right here, you oaf.
You're just encouraging him, you know. He's doing it on purpose to make you squirm.
It's true. I only do it because I love the way the points of your ears turn red when you get mad.
Your information is out of date, Varric. That's already ancient history.
Shit. Now I'm sorry I brought it up. Everything all right?
Of course I'm fine. It was my decision.
Well, color me surprised.
Things wouldn't have worked out. We're better off as friends.
Let's get out of here and see if we can't find something to take your mind off things.
A drink might help. Or several.
It's not like you to brood. Let's go find a fight we can get into.